How's it going, everyone?
What's up, people?
Welcome
Bro,
to
epic.
Bro Epic. We got another virtual podcast today. Hopefully, the
Yep.
audio is a little better.
Unfortunately, we are not back together yet. So
No,
plans are in the making of getting it back in person.
absolutely.
Today's episode, though, gonna be a little spooky. It's not that time of year, but
It's getting close. Yes, it is.
yeah.
And
So Jimmy and I,
we have a story. This is more of a story episode.
yeah, not really anything. More or less just talking.
Well, there's actually quite a few parts to this story, and we'll start at the kind of the beginnings of it, and work our way through the separate events that were equally as frightening, but all in their own ways. So Austin, if you want to go ahead and tell our listeners and our viewers how it is we went on our very first ghost type expedition, and it was on your birthday, remember?
It was on my birthday. Just turned 18, big into ghosts from far away, not up close. But 18th birthday, folks got me a ghost hunting expedition in an old warehouse in downtown Ybor, and I could bring a friend. Of course, I had to bring Joey.
Yep.
It was interesting because Ybor's got a lot of old history. When you're just walking through, you don't really expect anything. But like this warehouse was it was kind of creepy just to be in there. And then we
It
have
was. It was surprisingly creepy because the tour started off really just like we thought it was going to be dumb, and then it got good. And we went into
oh
some
yeah,
places.
yeah. So like we got the little box thing that it lets the ghosts talk to you and whatnot. They also told us we could download an app that comes later in the story.
Yes, Ghost Radar Classic. We will
But
circle back.
yep, we had the actual box thing, and we're walking around this old warehouse thing, not thinking we're gonna
We
hear
also
anything.
had a thermometers too to tell the temperature difference in the air.
Yeah, we had a thermometer, and I think we had like a night vision camera too.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
think
I
they
think
gave us like an old Sony video camera with
right. We were
whole night vision
basically
shit on it.
ghost hunters. You know,
Yeah,
we had all the tools.
we were the Ghost Adventures crew.
Right.
But like we just started to hear random words come through the box, and it was really fucking creepy because for a while there was nothing. And you think, oh no, it's just the radio coming through, but then you'll ask it a question and it'll have some sort of sense to it. It won't make
Right.
like the most sense, but like if you ask it, you know, what year it is or whatever, it'll give you a year, probably the year that the ghost died.
Yeah, it was too accurate to have been just randomly generated words.
Yeah, like it would answer the question by cats, but it would answer a question only when you asked. It was quiet
Right.
anytime else. And like it was weird. And then you could hear certain things going on, like the building would creak in places that there wasn't anybody. And it's like, this building is like 100 or something years old. And it's like, sure, it creaks. Well, then you'll hear like the pitter patter of like footsteps. It's like everybody's just sort of standing there doing their own thing, listening to this thing talk to a box, or they're just moving the camera around. And this is an overall weird experience that really started our journey in Florida of what the fuck do we have? Because the whole state is an Indian burial ground with lots of history.
Right. Um, and that's that thought right there is what prompted some very scary moments in our futures. We had no idea at the time. But then we went on our own, not in a big little tour group. And so to circle back to the Ghost Radar Classic app, and I think it's still an app. And I think I still have it on my phone.
I think if I look through my apps.
No way. Dude, if I still have it on my phone, how crazy would that be?
Ghost Radar?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
I no longer have it, but I can download it.
Guys, this is Ghost Radar Classic.
Oh.
Yeah, there's nothing on it though. Oh, I got advertisement.
Let me
notice how there is nothing on the radar, and that's how that app works.
Yeah, you tell me your part of the story. I'm gonna check this app out and see what I got going on here.
Yeah, for sure. So the way that app works is it has a little radar that spins around, and I'll verbally explain it for those who are just listening. It has a little radar on the screen that constantly circles around scanning. And then based on the intensity of whatever it's picking up on its radar, it will give a yellow, blue, or red, or maybe they might also have green, little like splotch on the radar to tell you not only how close it is, the direction, and the intensity. And so it'll pick up all those things while at the same time, just like the box we used on the tour was listening for words. And
speaking of words, my phone just has the word doll on it, which does not make me feel comfortable sitting next to the attic with all of my. There's a fucking look at that shit right there. Fucking words I say now. Coming. Oh, what the?
Dude,
I don't like that.
What's going on with your dude? Where's your connection at? Austin?
It's sitting right in fucking front of me. Like it's right there.
Wait,
the camera.
Hold on.
It's this.
Wait, are you back? Wait, stop. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You just, dude, the ghost just completely action for a second. Can you still hear me?
It says Asia. I have an Asian ghost.
Wait. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
As soon as I closed the app out, everything started to work again.
Wait. Oh God. You can hear me now, or?
Yeah.
This is weird, dude, because our connection's stable as can be until you started radaring that ghost in there.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna delete the app again. I don't like that. Fuck that. Anyway, continue your part now that I am thoroughly creeped out in my own home.
uh, so basically, what we did, and we did this on a couple of different locations, but all reasonably within the same area. There's a park that's near where both of us lived at the time that also had an Indian burial ground in the park. And we were like, oh, well, let's go there at night with these radars and go to the playground and see what happens. And that was a mistake. It really was.
Like the amount of noises we heard that were larger than what you would think. Like, obviously, the park we were in.
We rode our bicycles for reference. Yeah.
Yes. I would go running in it in the morning and I would see the occasional coyote. It's a park with lots of woods. You're going to expect to see a wild animal. And you just stopped and you just turned around and walked away from the coyote. It didn't want nothing to do with you. But like, these were like large sounds.
Yep. Yeah, we're
Like,
talking like person-sized sound.
yeah, like leaves crunching on like sneakers. Not this stealthy animal that lives out here in the woods. And it was rather uncomfortable. I think that's the fastest we ever rode our bikes out of the park. And we did so many things in the park. Like that short trailer that we made, we filmed in the park.
Yes.
We did.
Yes. If you haven't seen it, you gotta watch Unser Kampf.
But like
the official trailer.
Yeah, so many things happened during the day that we felt completely comfortable to go at night. And it was unnerving.
Well, right. No, and that was scary. Maybe it's because it's been 10 years. But I
fact that it remember was 10 years ago makes me feel really old.
Right. Seasoned. We're wiser now.
I've got a couple of gray hairs, so yeah.
We were at the playground and we were sitting there at the playground running the Ghost Radar Classic and trying to talk to the ghost. The first word, and it took a minute. It didn't happen right away, actually. We thought that, oh, maybe they're all asleep or something. It was the middle of the night.
Yeah, we're talking like 2 a.m.
Right.
No reason for. Oh no, I guess that makes sense. It's almost the witching hour.
Well, so
now that we're older, we know about that.
Right. So the first word that came out of that app, and it has no idea about anything. That thing doesn't have access to your location, to your microphone, or any. Well, besides when it's listening.
You put your phone on airplane mode, and you
it still works.
Location and everything. Just give it the microphone, let it rip. It's all you get.
Right, and that's important because the first word that it pumped out was the word play, and we were at the playground at the park.
Yeah, like I probably could have spit on a fucking slide how close we were to the playground.
I'm pretty sure you did too.
Yep. Probably did, yeah.
But yeah, so we were like, play, okay, this is legit. And then we tried to get some more information. I forgot a lot of the fluff that was in there, and it all made sense. I don't personally remember most of the middle stuff. I just remember the last word that it said before we hightailed it out of that park.
Oh, it said get.
It said get. I didn't remember that.
All the app said
God.
Get.
It said get. Oh my God.
Bikes. And it was a 3.5 mile bike ride home. God, did we do that in like 5 fucking minutes?
Oh my God. It just
We were
just
haul acid down the fucking road at 2:30 in the morning or some shit.
just so our viewers know, at no point did we actually plan any of this podcast episode. And we
We
both
plan a lot of
knew the word. And the reason we both knew the word is because we both shit ourselves in that moment and got out of that park faster than anybody's ever. Like Lance Armstrong would have been amazed at how quickly we rode our bicycles out of that park.
Oh, it was fucking terrifying that you're just minding your own business and it just says get. Like,
It's
is it going to get us? Do we want to get out?
right.
We didn't fucking find out.
It was so funny. We didn't say a word for like the whole ride home. We were just going as fast as we could. And then once we got back, we were like, trying to like calm down and like, man, we didn't even wait for the next word. We were like, hell no, we weren't waiting for the next word. You don't even want to know what that next word was.
Get food or some shit.
It could have.
Hungry.
It could have. But I didn't like the options. Get out.
No.
Get stupid freaking gnat. Get lost.
No.
Get dead. Like it could have been anything, man.
Oh, it was ridiculous. But believe it or not, it didn't stop us from going back.
No, and actually we kind of upgraded on the next one.
Yeah. So there's multiple entrances to the park we went. This was the north entrance and we rode to the middle of the park. But if you go half a mile down from our houses and you went towards the direction of the park, you had what they called the Heritage Village.
Village, absolutely.
It was this museum type agriculture thing.
Right. Like picture like old buildings from early 1900s and stuff like that.
Yeah, you had buildings relocated from all over the state of Florida to be here, see what life was like. And on the weekends, they did activities and you could go. We went again in the middle of the night, the witching hour. And
the thing is we weren't even originally going there for ghost hunting. We were just like, hey, I wonder if we could get in there at night. And then
we didn't even try to go ghost hunting. The ghost hunted us.
Right.
Like
we were in their territory.
Yeah. So we get there and of course we have to hop the fence because we go around the front side and we see, this is the main building with the crafts fair area and everything. We know it's got cameras. So we went around to the side and it's just this probably 4-foot tall wood fence with 2 posts running through it. You just climb over one side.
Yep.
But we did that and we trekked, I want to say probably a quarter mile through the wooded area before we got to a section that had buildings. And we're starting to get creeped out because we're hearing more noises. But it's the middle of the night in what's mostly woods. And all of these houses are, mid 1800s to early 19s.
Yep.
And it's just weird to see them because the only lighting and power that these buildings have are the exit signs.
Right. Yeah, they're pitch dark. They
don't have any regular lighting in them, just an exit sign to be up to fire code.
Right. And so Well,
I
obviously
think
we go ahead.
no, you no go.
Well, I was just gonna say, obviously, we went and I'm pretty sure we stepped foot in most of those little buildings and because there's a
Whatever
little
ones
church
they
and a
didn't
little
lock, yeah.
whatever, little school.
The church was the safest I'd felt that whole night.
Yes, yes, I think that was our
Yes.
first stop too.
Yeah, just knowing that it was a church just made what came next so much better. And like,
Right. Well,
normally
the
wouldn't
church
think
was a
that with
little
a
more
church.
open on the inside too, because it was just basically it was just the pews and the podium, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, there was nothing. It was basically a shed that they put pews in and a podium, and it had a giant cross with Jesus on the back wall. Most churches that you see out in the middle of nowhere, and probably most churches now, if they aren't being renovated to be bigger mass churches.
Right.
But
And then
then
and then there's the houses.
the houses were creepy, but they weren't scary. I don't think it got scary until we got to like the horse barn, and it had a light
Yeah.
in it. And
Yeah.
all we could see was the light. So we will go walking through it, and we're in it. And there's a fucking noise behind us. And there's only one way out, and that's where the fucking noise came from. That was some scary shit. Because like it was like this weird low growl. Like it was something mad at us or someone.
Right. Well, do you remember when we went up into like the attic or the loft or something of one of them and broke out the ghost radars?
Yeah. This is where the story of that night gets terrifying.
Yes.
This is
There
like a
had some
two-story
scary
shed,
moments, but
and it had
yeah.
an attic in it. And you had to go crawl up these cobwebby steps. Fine, whatever. So we turn off our flashlights. Joey gets his ghost radar out, and we're talking to it. And we're sitting.
That's our only source of light is what's on the ghost radar too.
Yeah. So we're sitting across from each other. He's holding the ghost radar in his phone, and I have my phone face down in the center of the both of us.
Yep.
And I just happened to look down, and I shit you not, my phone is just slowly starting to turn.
Yep. It was right at the same time that the radar was showing a red dot, like right on top of us. And then your
Yeah.
phone started literally moving by itself.
Yeah, like it's sitting just like this.
And it was still the whole
way
time.
it should move. It just
Right,
it was spinning. I picked it up. Nothing was going on. Put it back down. It didn't move. Fucking dot pops back up. The phone starts to slowly turn again.
Yep, twice. And it didn't do it until we saw a dot on the radar because it was sat down there for like multiple minutes before it started.
Yeah, we were in there like 10 minutes before anything started to happen.
Right.
And it was real fucking scary knowing that there was a dot on top of us. It was feeding us words. And it's like, all right, whatever. It's another thing when it starts to touch shit and you can see it.
Right.
And it's fucking wild.
Yeah, it was. I think we stayed relatively calm for something of that magnitude. in that situation.
I-
We didn't necessarily bolt out of there, but we weren't slow either.
No, we closed the app. We picked up both of our phones. We walked down the stairs, and as soon as we got out, we I'm not going to say calmly walk. We did a mall walk back up to the front,
Well,
which
that's when.
the scariest part of the whole fucking night is the security guard is checking the gates
Yep.
as we're walking up towards the front. So we were calm this whole time until we see headlights start to
Yep.
point at us as they're
Well,
making their U-turn, and then we just fucking.
well, remember when because we were reading one of the signs on one of the buildings at that time that we saw the headlights, and then we're like, oh shoot, is that security? So we like ran off into the distance, but then like kept an eye, and then we saw somebody with like a flashlight right at the sign we were reading, and we were like, oh,
We
should
know
get out of here.
they saw us based on the fact that they walked towards exactly where we were at,
Right.
and it was
Right. Exactly. Right where we
was
were.
awful knowing that we'd been caught and had to fucking hightail it out of there. But knowing that the main road was right off where we were at, the only road that they needed to take to get out, we had to then go through the woods again.
Yep.
And that wasn't good after having a poltergeist and knowing that if security found us, things probably weren't going to go well.
Right. Yeah. It's actually crazy that the only time security's ever gotten to us was during the day shooting the trailer for
Oh,
Unser Comp.
yeah, you can see in the trailer we didn't cut it out because we didn't have enough good footage.
That white truck driving by as we're
There's a
running.
white truck driving by as I'm running through one of the scenes, and if we had the original clip still, Joey kept recording, and it's like, oh, you need to fucking stop, and it was the worst.
Oh, well, right, because the thing is we were in character, so we saw the white truck and we were like, "Oh, wait, we got to react like we just saw a truck as we're escaping the concentration camp."
Yeah. So we had,
and then he thought that we were like actually trying to hide from him.
No, and we had to explain, oh, no, we're doing this stupid project that we thought about, trying to make this full, like, mini feature film, but we ended up getting kicked out of the park and only got a minute's worth of footage.
Right. Well,
it was crazy.
It's good. It was good. It was a good trailer, though.
Yeah, it was.
Is that meeting time accurate?
Yeah, I started the meeting time, but you know what, everybody? We'll make this a two-parter.
Ooh.
We will restart the meeting timer here, continue our stories of adventures, and we'll have a two-parter.
All right.
So, we'll catch y'all in a second. Like,
stay epic,
subscribe.
Yeah, and if you're gonna comment, don't be mean. But if you're gonna be mean, at least give us something to work with so we know how to improve.
And still don't have our own emoji yet, but we will get a rainbow pyramid middle finger. And if you're an asshole, maybe we'll get our own emoji. But we'll see y'all in part 2.
Stay
Peace.
epic.